So you got a people problem. Well, I'm here to tell you that perhaps you have a systems problem. You are looking for your next hire. However, you haven't created the system to make sure that if that hire fails, which they probably will, that you can get someone else in place. This is a long run game, guys. When you're in business, first and foremost, if you don't realize these strategies, you are never going to make it to the point where you can actually sleep peacefully at night and to the point where you can eventually retire. The reality is we need people all the time. And people don't cost us money, they make us money. So how would I go about creating that system? First and foremost, pick up a book. It's called Teamwork by Natalie Dawson. Okay, this book will teach you specifically all of the basics of the system to implement to make sure that your employees that are good end up staying, and it helps you establish your core values, all the things that will give you the background to actually say, hey, come work for this thing that I have going on. One of the biggest problems that I come across in employees that want to stay a while is not knowing if their job is actually secure. Part of the reason that corporations take so many employees from small businesses is because people are unsure that they're going to have job security at a small business. So if you want to increase trust, you got to make sure that your mission statement, your vision statement, your core values, and the infrastructure for maintaining good employees is in place. All of that is covered in Teamwork. What I'm going to tell you is a philosophy, but also actionable steps to make sure that you keep bringing people in. First, core philosophy. Very important to realize that business and anything that has to do with human beings in life should perform as a filter of people, of personalities, of skill sets. We need to have a filter that is big enough to catch all of the bullshit and still let the great stuff into our business. How do we make that filter? Well, the things that I use are Calendly, and I use a myriad of different recruitment platforms, but you can just start with Indeed. Put up a job post, okay, create a job post, and then your call to action for people booking interviews should be, you have to show up at a specific date at a specific time that you have signed up for in order for me to take the time to interview you. That shows that someone knows how to read and someone is timely. Or you need to call me at a specific date and time at this number. Again, reading, showing up, scheduling. Basics, showing up. However, when you get your first person or when you get your first interview, there are a couple questions that you want to ask people. The main ones being, what is a job that you really loved and why? What is a job you really didn't like and why? If you had a real life superpower, what would that superpower be? How do you manage feedback in an ecosystem, right? You're going to be giving hopefully some commands and some cracking the whip at times. You want to know how people deal with that. You want to also know what people do for fun. This is the hardest thing to wrap our heads around as business owners, as you might be saying, dude, I just need to hire a front desk. Why do I care about any of this? Because the reality is you want this person for longer than 6 months. You want them for a year. Because when they learn things, replacing them is really hard. But if you don't know that they're not interested in anything having to do with front desk, then you'll be telling a fry cook to go and clean the bathroom. Okay, you cannot have someone that doesn't enjoy clean the bathroom because they're going to do a shitty job with it. Okay, you want to figure out what it is in their personality that will align them to that type of work. And the only things that give you that are hobbies and things that people do when they're having fun. Especially if you're hiring, for instance, an HR manager or an IT person or someone to do your billing or finances. If they don't have the attention to detail, they won't be able to do it. The last thing I'll say is, it's very important to realize that even if you have a key player, a star player in your eyes, in a certain position, that you have to continually look for more and constantly be looking for more. And the issue with this is that you might think to yourself, well, I'm not being completely transparent to the folks that I'm trying to hire because I don't necessarily have a position open. Okay, that might be one thing. Or you might be thinking, well, this person, if I go and try to look for other folks, I'm not going to be serious about this person that's already doing a great job. And the argument, both those arguments are answered by one thing. If you don't go out there and look for someone new, a new ideology, okay, you first of all don't know what you're missing. And you also will not have the context to know what you already have, to be grateful for what you already have. So it's very, very important to realize that whatever exists inside your ecosystem is just an echo chamber. And we need to constantly be expanding our awareness of what's available in the marketplace. Otherwise, we can only be so useful to our star players. On top of that, our star players might end up moving on to something that they're really passionate about. And I, for one, as a business owner and a leader, don't want someone to hit the walls of their cage. I want them to be able to grow freely. And if that person, if it becomes their time or whatever to leave, then I need to make sure that that position is occupied. John Maxwell said something really interesting. He said, I hire people that work themselves out of a job. The beautiful thing about that is if you've figured out what this person likes doing in their private life and you've given them the skills and the expectation to actually train someone to be in their position, then you will necessarily have an ecosystem that is self-replenishing. But in order to find that person in the first place, you got to keep on doing interviews. A percentage of your schedule as a small business owner should specifically be looking for people. In order to get from $1 to $3 million in gross revenue, you need to figure out who are the people that are going to allow you to make sure that the things that need to be taken care of are being taken care of. And I promise you, you won't find them without looking. This is Dr. Turabify from Turabify and Franklin Dental and Bright Smiles Community Outreach Coalition. This is your friend and maybe a mentor. If you're looking for more advice on these types of things, you can always click the links below and book a call with me, or watch the thousands of other videos that I have on details on how to run your life and your business. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care.